to the channel. Presented by the Beeline Entertainment, LLC. Enjoy the show.
People, what's good? Yo, check it out. Welcome to the Beeline ENT, LLC. What we got for you? First off, we got the Beeline Web Show on Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, talking a little of everything. Then we got Straight Through the Road, STR, baby, Wrestle Talk, where we talk all things pro wrestling. Next up, we got the Show Off Show, that's right, the Beeline ENT Entertainment. And then on Sunday nights, we going live on the line with that group panel discussion. Check us out. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. Head on over to YouTube and subscribe. Also, pick up some merch. The Beeline ENT LLC. Let's go. Hey, you out there, if you want energy like this, that's right, get the energy of me, Brian B. Enter that promo code BrianB, and get 10% off your order today. Get more W, get more power.
WTW, Wrestle Talk Wednesdays.
That's right, it's your boy Brian B from the Beeline Entertainment LLC, followed by the American prodigy Warren Marlowe from the Buzz with Marlowe podcast, and you know your boy Trey on Wheels from the 1130 podcast, talking that wrestling. Yeah! Be there and make sure you check in at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and right after that, for WTW, we got the STR Nation, baby, Brian B, Lay, Slim Jefferson, we talking wrestling. Join us 9 p.m. Eastern Time, right after commission talks on WTW. Make sure that you like, follow, subscribe, buy the merch, check out the website. Do it all.
Everybody should know. Check it out. Your boy Brian B is trying to go live on TikTok, baby. Follow the Beeline ENT. Head on over to my channel. We got a lot of content. I'm doing a lot of stuff, and I'm going to be doing a lot more. Check us out. Follow us, the Beeline ENT LLC. I'll see you there.
2,000 years later.
Tell me the deck is stacked. You can whisper behind my back. You can show me how the odds are up against me all day long. You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. My feet have come too far for you. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are the only one. 'Cause there's something special about you.
Yo, check it out, guys. Listen. Listen, this is the Beeline Entertainment, all right? The ENT LLC. You know it. You know it's Thursday. Shh, shh. Take it easy. Take it easy. It's the Beeline Entertainment Show tonight. It's Thursday, right? Yo, we gonna be talking about some stuff tonight, man. We gotta be careful. Don't be too loud. Don't be too loud, yo. But this is the Beeline Entertainment. Entertainment, ENT LLC, the place where you, and them over there, where they come on and show. That's right. That's right. Yo, we're going to be talking about some conspiracies today, conspiracy theories. We're going to be talking about some sci-fi. We're going to see what we watching. And of course, we got the top 5 favorite sci-fi movie. I got my man Kyle A in the building, and we're going to be talking. But before we do anything, let me find it. We're going to do this. Let's go.
Let's make some noise.
It's me. Brian B.
What's going on, Brian?
Hey, how you doing?
Who cares? Halloween movie. Temporary high. Yo, and you, everybody's on.
To understand the Garden with Eve was mostly just a story, but you know I'm hardly a priest. I'm always refraining good for you.
With me, rubbing some for Sunday morning, and I never want.
It's the Beeline. It's the Beeline. It's the Beeline. ENT.
Woo. You know it. Check it out, guys. What's good? What's going on? Yo, it's me, Brian B. Like I said, we're going to be talking about conspiracies and aliens and movies and stuff like that tonight, yo. I'm excited about this episode because actually, this is like a great time to do it. That's why I picked it, because it's a lot going on in the world, man. It's a lot going on in the world. Like, we say that a lot, right? I think we get really, really comfortable saying that phrase. But if you really think about it, there's a lot going on in the world, and we're going to talk about it. Of course, I'm not going to talk about it by myself. I got my partner on Thursday nights. Yo, my boy, very, very knowledgeable about all this stuff as well. He likes movies and stuff just as much as I do. It's my man from the, I'm sorry, I don't want to say it wrong. I know it's A for Able podcast, baby. My boy, Kyle Eric. What up, Kyle?
What's up, B?
Uh-oh. There you go. What up, bro? How you doing, man? Good Thursday?
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I hear you good.
Okay, just checking. Yeah, how you doing, B?
Doing all right, man. Been a cool day. Been kind of a relaxing day. Everybody in the house starting to get sick over here. So,
man,
bruh, it's starting to get cold, man. I was asking for it, and it's starting to get cold out here.
I hear you. Question:
Yeah.
You live in Georgia, right?
Yeah. We're pretty close to downtown Atlanta. Not too far, so it stays pretty warm for a while. But
what's a cold day for you? Like the average cold day? What's that mean? Like,
it gets pretty low. I mean, you know what's crazy? It'll be like in a month, you'll get like, let's say maybe you'll hit like 30, 35, something like that. It can get that low, especially in the mornings. The mornings will jump like, you'll be like, some days you wake up like 30, 35, whatever. But for the most part, it's usually like, you're in the 50s. Around, I think today it didn't get warmer than like 56 today, and man, am I thankful for it, because it's been, I mean, I think we had like a 80, 85, 86 day like a couple of days back, so it's still been hot for a while, bro. But I love the cold, man. I was telling my kids this morning, like, wow, cold is so much better. You get to make your hot chocolate and put your dope clothes on. Speaking of the dope clothes, yo, guys, go head on over to the Beeline ENT and go shop around, man. We got some really nice hoodies and stuff like that. Tell everybody what you're watching and what you're supporting, man. We appreciate you guys. But how about you? I know you over in Connecticut.
So we get everything.
Yeah. Up north, it's like that.
So it's but sometimes we'll get everything in 1 week. Right, the last few years, the weather has been kind of like we've been coasting through winters. It seems like,
Yeah.
you know, like people be like, "Man, it's cold." Is that? I'm like, yeah, but we live in Connecticut, bro. Like that's
right.
that's the thing. We have everything except for hurricanes. We'll have like, at least in my neck of the woods, we'll have a flood. We'll get residuals from like a hurricane or a tornado or whatever. And according to my family, snow used to be a lot worse for them when they were
Gotcha.
growing up, but it hasn't really snowed like like it used to. And I do notice a difference.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah, man. It's obviously the weather's crazy, and like we said, we're talking about conspiracies and stuff like that tonight. Now I just want to clarify, guys, we're not going to be on here, with tinfoil hats on and stuff like that. But we literally do. I mean, if you guys have been paying attention to the news, if you're watching TikTok, if you're watching a whole bunch of different stuff, there's a lot of stuff getting released, and over these last couple of years, man, there's been whistleblowers and different people that have been coming out, and it seems like this is what's different from what's happened in the past, in my opinion. It's getting super publicized. Like it's on the news, it's being spread, and then all of a sudden you're seeing like they had that giant meeting with all the old people and stuff like that, old farts sitting around in a circle talking to each other. And like people are releasing information, man. They're finally starting to really talk, and shit is starting to come out. I don't know what it's about, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why now all of a sudden like there's so much information just being, it started with Cat Williams. Cat Williams kicked it off.
Like
crazy, right?
He told you things were going to be exposed. He told you from the get. Now people have been telling us this from even before you and I were thoughts.
Yeah, for real, man.
So it is just like everything that he's talking about so far has come to light. I'm not just talking about Diddy, even though that's
part of it.
That's part of it. Everybody from now I'm a little worried about like, okay, what's next? Steve Harvey, is Steve Harvey next? Because he said something about Steve Harvey. He said stuff about Jay-Z. He said stuff about Ludacris. I'm like, man, sheesh.
I think one of the things we're gonna talk about. Let me cover all bases here. First off, let me jump into the comments. We got your boy JC. JC, what up, bro? Said Brian B, good seeing you, bro. You and your fam been in my prayers. I appreciate it, man. Definitely appreciate you praying for me. Hopefully nothing happened to us. We good over here. Conspiracy theories, love. Yeah, you love it, bro. Definitely appreciate it. And 30s and 40s here in Hudson, New York, maybe 50s this week. Okay, so New York is, you guys up north, we get Tempe, bro. It's like it goes in and out. But right before I left Jersey, it was like, we were barely starting to have the change. Like it would just be either really hot or really cold. Like that's how that shit was just going for a while. Yeah, that's what I remember. But yeah, man, definitely appreciate the love. Trump tapped Linda McMahon to be one of his Caesar. Yeah, I know. I saw that. If you guys are into politics, we do wrestling over here. But Linda McMahon over there has joined up with Trump over there, and
I believe she's gonna be like ambassador of education or some crap.
Yeah, I didn't know the title. I don't really.
That's something to do with education, man. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care about it. It's like, it's funny when you see like these politics and you see a lot of celebrities or people that you're watching, like, entertainment base, that jump into the picture. Even our president is, a giant entertainment based person, or soon to be president. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that shit tonight, yo. But guys, listen, please, want to always remind you guys, yo, this is the Beeline ENT LLC. I got a lot of scrolling I'm doing. That's why I'm looking at the side of the screen over here. But if you haven't already, please go check us out on YouTube. We're on YouTube, main YouTube channel where you can watch all the shows and everything like that. Like, share, subscribe, tell people about us a little bit. And then of course we have the B-Line Entertainment LLC.com, where you can go ahead and check out our shows, our merch that we have, as well as any services that you're looking for. If you need any kind of editing or a YouTube channel or podcasts or social media content you want to market, we do all of that stuff. So definitely check us out. We're looking to get some new clientele, and we got a little time on our hands, so I'm going to be working on the shows, man. We're in a full revamp process here. We're not changing any logos or anything like that. But we are going to be having a lot more detail in these shows. So this week's show is going to be a little bit one less of the more open ones that we have, some structure, but we're going back to the drawing boards and trying to start some new shit for you guys for the new year, man. So it's gonna be really fun. Kyle, we appreciate you too, man. You literally, Kyle shows up. We took a little break from the ENT show, but this ENT show is about to be rocking full throttle going through to the new year. So I really hope you guys are ready for it. Coming at you with all the new movies and games and TV shows. We gonna get into a lot of shit on this show. I hope you guys are ready for it. So but yeah, Kyle, man. So I wanted to kickstart it. Usually we have the watch list and stuff like that and movies that we've watched and things like that. We're going to do something a little bit different today. And one of our first topics is this alien discussion, bro. I wanted to ask you one of the first questions, man.
Yep.
How does it feel, to grow up in our generation, man? Like in our generation, we grew up, watching, all the fun sci-fi flicks and this and that, like, think about it, like, man, a lot of Hollywood and stuff like that really took a giant turn, and we got a lot of really fancy schmance from Independence Day to Aliens to you know what I'm saying. We had a Star Wars and all this shit came out, and it was always looked at as fiction, like this not real. And now all of a sudden we got shits coming out just like, nah, it's real shit going on. You're always right. How do you feel? Like, has it changed you in any way?
Has it changed me? Okay, you're talking to somebody who you're talking to somebody a lot of this I wished was real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I grew up with Star Wars, Star Trek, Back to the Future, Jurassic Park stuff, stuff like that, right? And then what happens? You just wait enough time, somebody gets curious enough to figure it out. And the next thing you know, we got man-made brains that are working computers and in circuits. We have Elon Musk with their iRobot looking, helper robots. We got Open AI. We got we got all of that. I've said this for years. The term "the meek will inherit the earth" has turned to "the geek will inherit the earth," because look at where we are right now. It's both good and bad, just like computers and everything else. But it all depends on who's doing what with it. So has this changed has this put a like a different spin on my life? No, because part of me is like, look, we went through Y2K, okay. So I'm not even worried. So I'm not even thinking about it in a negative way. It all depends on who or what is doing what with it.
Yeah. No, good. That's some really good facts, man. I think that's kind of how I feel too. I mean, it's one of the things where I've always been open-minded. You know what I'm saying? I've never been a direct person as far as, just having like my thoughts feel like, oh no, they can never change. Oh, I know everything. No, they're not real. It's not real. You know what I'm saying? You still got people to this day, man. And it's caused me to like kind of think about that. Like, why are people so ready to dismiss something? Why are you so ready to just like claim something is falsified? Like, and that's where my brain has been this last week, bro. Like watching all of this shit unfold. Like, I want to show you guys a couple of things, man. This is how crazy shit is right now. Like, ever since this press conference, if you guys have heard about it, it was like a board meeting, and these guys got up and they started talking about, hey, listen, you want to know where these guys is coming from? There's aliens coming out the water, bro. They're coming out the ocean, straight up, like. Like, literally, just like in a nutshell, like that's pretty much what they were saying. Like, yo, we have information, we have bodies, we have all this shit, crafts, we have all this stuff, and we have physical evidence that they come from the ocean. Now, we've seen so many movies, man. We've seen so many pieces of entertainment, fiction, whatever you want to call it, to help us kind of like when somebody says this, like in reality, and they say this, and then you think back like, wait a minute, that was in that movie that I saw. That was in, remember fucking, one of the most recent ones, Godzilla versus King Kong. When they went into the earth, and it was like a whole nother earth underneath and stuff like, bro, you gotta be saying to yourself, like, what the hell is going on, man?
They just found an ocean, like, under the Earth's surface. So I'm not even, it's more like what hasn't been discovered yet. My
This shit
whole
is crazy,
my whole
bro.
thing is, it's not whether I believe, it's not, it's, I thought about it one day, right? And it's like, it's not whether I believe it's real or not. It's more timing. I brought this up last week.
Yeah.
It's more timing, because this is not the first time they've brought this to our attention.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
This is not the first time. During the pandemic, somebody put out that video, that black and white blurry video of a supposed spacecraft that was being targeted. And then not too long after that, like a year or so after that, if I'm not mistaken, that's when they started having these hearings. Now, when they had those hearings, number one, it was during a global pandemic, so nobody could go anywhere.
That's right.
Okay. Number two, there was political discourse, because at that point we had already just had the January 6th attack, everything with insurrection, whatever the heck you want to call it. We just had that going on. We had more, we had other things coming out all at the same time. And now look at what we have. We have aliens. Aliens suddenly are real, according to the government. When people have been arguing about this for years, at the same time they're still trying to shut down TikTok, and they're still trying. I'm just saying, when
that's a part of it, bro. I feel like that TikTok conversation is a big fucking conversation, man. Listen, I'll be real with you. I just told my wife this. And y'all, hope y'all still push this episode. This is gonna be a good fucking episode. So I really hope you guys really catch on and talk about this, man. It's definitely a discussion. But TikTok has been one of the biggest sources that I've been getting information from, bro. Whether it be just people sitting down talking, and of course you still gotta have like great discernment, because you watch a lot of bullshit. Like, people put out stuff intentionally just to kind of like, fit the algorithm, or, literally just try to gain following. Like, that's one of the bases. But, besides all that, you still have like a lot of material to kind of cipher through, and you get some real shit, in my opinion, bro. Like, a lot. I found a lot of real information. You got to dig. No matter what. But you want to know what's crazy, Kyle? Even when I was making this episode right here, and I was trying to find some videos that I did find on TikTok, you put it in Google, none of that shit. No bullshit. When I tell you, down to check out some of these pictures, man. These are some of the pictures that I saw on the these are coming from different videos and stuff like that. I think these are like a little bit altered to try to like kind of fit in what they think it would look like. But there was a clear video of this thing just fucking floating around, bro. I don't know if it's a drone. I have no idea what the hell it is. But at the end of the day, people have been seeing shit like this, and it's called one of the ones they call this is the jellyfish UFO. And it looks like a fucking cyborg, bro. Like, doesn't it? Like,
it really does. It looks like
a cyborg.
It really honestly does. It could, for all we know, be somebody else's science project, and we just don't. It could. The thing is, it could be anything. This is why, why I say I'm more of a skeptic, but at the same time, it is possible. You know what I'm saying? If they can give legs to a mushroom, okay, then
real, man.
Anything like they just gave robotic legs to a mushroom. Why would you give legs to a fungus? I don't know.
Because they can. But that's the crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because we can. So so at this point, anything is possible. But once again, I say the timing is just very. It feels like, and this is what a lot of stuff in the news has always kind of felt like to me growing up. It feels like they. You know how people say, like, they're trying to control what we see. They're trying to control the media. They're trying to control this. They're trying to control that. That's 100% true. Oh, if you got enough money, you can pretty much control anything. You got enough power, you can pretty much control anything. And that's why all this stuff is being exposed, right?
Yeah, and that's a pretty good point. But here's been my question, like since and like you said, like I've been paying attention to this for a long ass time, like even before this started coming out. I've always been like kind of a believer that there's other shit going on for them. Like that's the best way to sum it up for me. Like I just don't believe everything that's just in my face. I believe that there's a lot in the background. What I'm just starting to kind of come to terms with is I'm just not sure how much is in the background. That's really like where my brain has been going lately, bro.
Yeah.
Like from desensitization, whatever you want to call it, however you say it, us being so desensitized by Hollywood and just even stories, man, even our own imaginations. Like we can think up so much shit, and we're taught from an early age that hey, this is not real. You know what I'm saying? Hey, somebody just made this up. And then you start getting older and you start understanding that a lot of, even fiction is all based off of some, facts. Like they do a lot of research and shit like that for that stuff.
They have to in order for it to be somewhat convincing. Like, I don't think when somebody writes a science fiction book or a horror book or anything of that nature, and then later on it gets adapted into something, even if you don't have the science behind it or the wording behind it completely 100% right, you have to research something in order for it to at least make sense to the average, science fiction fan or goer or whatever. To pull people in, you can't now if you're just somebody that researches this stuff on a regular, and then that inspired you to make this this stuff. Like this is why people are like, cite your sources, your sources. You
definitely have to have. Things have to be at least kind of credible, man. Even for like, if you think about it, like think of critics that critique movies, and you have these movies and it's just a fucking movie. It's literally like dinosaurs walking around with dresses on and stuff like that. And then people will come out and be in the comments like, oh, I didn't like how like a dinosaur would ever sit on the bus, or you'll have literal people that would be like that. And then it's like, there can be silliness, there can be just outrageousness and just craziness. But at the same time, man, people do a lot of research to try to make a Batman movie, Oh, can he shoot this gas gun and blah, blah, blah and blow it out here? Yeah, you can. There's a way to make the mechanics is like this. How can we make him fly and put this thing together? Hey, well, we can actually do this. It's actually a real way. The suit that there's a lot of fucking research that goes into making these movies and stuff. Now, this is like a very, base level of like what we're trying to depict right now in this conversation. But my point is, think about this shit, bro. This is about the realest I could break this down. We've been watching since we've been alive. We've been watching, amazing television pictures, whatever you want to call it, theatrics, special effects. We've been watching this shit our whole lives. What has it done to us? It has shown us that we have the ability to create to create imagery that's kind of I don't know how to put it. Like that's so close to being real that you have to be told at times like, that's just a movie. No, that's fake. Think about the strength that's in that. If I came to you right now and I walked up and I built a fucking robot that looked just like me and talked like me and acted like me and dressed like me and just don't give a fuck, like that's what Eminem shit right there.
I knew you were going to go there as soon as you said that in that order.
I needed some levity, right? But just think of it. If I built a robot and I brought him out to you and he started walking and talking, and maybe it was a little weird and wonky and stuff like that, and you'd be like, Brian, is that you? And I'm like, yeah, no, it's not me. It's actually Jimmy, the robot or something. And you're watching it and you're like, oh, that's crazy. You made a robot. Here we go. Just like you were saying before about this guy right here, Elon Musk, man. Oh, you made a robot. How did you do that? And then I'm like, oh, well, I just did this, blah, blah, blah. I went to school for it, got this, whatever. Now you know that if you see somebody now, it's possible that it's a fucking robot. It's not unbelievable anymore. You feel me? Like before you would have been like, oh, that's always going to be Brian. But now if you see me, you got to walk up to me with caution. You got to walk up to me with like, with curiosity, like, hey, Brian, is that you? And I got to be like, yeah, it's me. You saw the robot, right? Yeah, that was crazy. And I can't make you feel bad. It's a reasonable question. I feel like that's the same shit we're in now, bro.
Yeah.
Like we don't know what to believe anymore. We've seen so many depictions of so-called fiction. Now with the AI and shit like that, we have no idea what to fucking believe anymore.
You really have to be able to, and sometimes it gets harder, but right now, as far as generative AI is, is concerned, depending on
Beginning
what you're
stages.
using, they're very, they're still, we're like, it's learning every day. But one thing I always will say is a AI, just like a robot, can't, at least at the point that I'm talking about this, okay? Let me just be straight with y'all, okay?
Yeah.
It can't imitate emotion. All right? Like
Yeah.
I can't replace my mother with a robot.
Mhm.
I can't replace my family with robots. My family are the ones with the memories. My families are the ones that have been there with me through thick and thin. Even though robots I still think are cool, I can't replace people with robots because I'm an emotional guy. You know what I'm saying? So you can't copy that. At least not right now.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the scary part though, bro. Like, that's definitely a piece of the puzzle, right? Like, our human, makeup, and one of the biggest things that you always hear is usually that conversation. Like, machines will never replace, human anatomy. They'll never replace the structure of a soul or whatever that it is. Like, there's certain things that we don't even know what, some of the things that make us unique in our, in our organicness. You can literally, you can program shit. I mean, we can be programmed at the end of the day.
Facts.
But just the general, just the genuine, like you said, like emotion and love and instinct and stuff like that. I don't know, bro, because like you're saying, like it literally, we're working with the beginning stages that we have available to us.
Yeah.
I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know how much is actually out there that we haven't seen. I don't know how much is real. I've heard so many arguments about people with flat earthers and this and that, and there's a firmament, and actually, it's not. Bruh, listen, I used to 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even, I used to be like, man, get the fuck out of here, stupid. Why are they not going to tell us that shit now? I don't know. I would never like pick a side. Like, oh yeah, I know. Yeah, it is flat.
Nah,
I have no idea.
It's
I have no fucking
very.
idea.
I think where that comes from is that we know for sure that we've been lied to, and they
Completely.
seriously. And I was talking to my sister about this earlier today. Everything from the food pyramid, right? The food pyramid. What do they do? They taught us the food pyramid. They told us that we have to have a certain amount of this, and this to be considered healthy. Then later on, we find out the food pyramid was made up by some dude. He put money into it. They put it down, and next thing you know, that became basically law to teach us the food pyramid, and then they turned it into a food plate. When we got out of school, then it became a food plate. Pluto was a planet when we were in school, right?
Yeah.
Pluto was a planet, but thanks to its orbit being different, later on scientists figured out that its orbit was different compared to other planets. Not to mention it's smaller, so it's a dwarf planet. Now it's as of what was it, 2006?
Yeah.
The committee got together and said,
I don't even know what that. Yeah, I didn't realize it was that far away. I thought it was a little earlier than that. I mean, I thought it was a little
later,
recent. I thought it was a little more recent.
I was so upset. Like I just got out of school when I heard that. Right?
Really?
I was so upset because then it made me feel like, number one, I love talking about like space and stuff like that, and now I got a girlfriend the same way. I don't know how I ended up with that, but anyway. So when I heard that Pluto was not a planet, because Pluto is the smallest, right? It made me go, so what does that say about someone like me? Are you saying like what? I was kind of comparing myself to Pluto,
I mean, But you want to know, you make a good point, because if you think about it, almost everything that we're talking about, like, over time, you feel me? Like, everything is over time. And it
Yes,
seems like the
exactly.
one thing that continuously grows is, knowledge and information, man. We get the ability. We're on here for, more years, and as we, I mean, like, just a species in general. Like,
Yep.
we're obtaining more information. We're trying new things. We're, taking chances and reaches, for as much as we possibly can. But the people who are doing it, there are higher powers that are in control of the information and how it is released. I mean, I think we can all honestly say this shit, whether it be the government or whatever forms of power are in the background of even them. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? The government is the front man.
Yep.
They're the boss in the store that you can go and complain to at the fucking customer service desk. But at the end of the day, we don't really know who are the real people who are controlling this motherfucker, bro. Like, we don't even
No.
know if they people. Be real.
No.
We're
And,
finding
and
out we don't even know if these motherfuckers is people that's really controlling this shit.
and the funny thing is, like, it's always a us versus them thing.
For
Right?
real.
It's always a
With
us
everything.
versus them thing. They're like, okay, America is like this, but this part of Korea, like North Korea, they're like this. We don't want to
Yeah.
be like them, right? Like, because they are straight up, they'll straight up lie to their to the people's faces, right? They'll straight
We
up
the
tell you,
same damn
like,
way, damn near.
you can't, like, they outlaw. I remember one year they outlawed certain dance moves that the dictator couldn't do. So they outlawed certain dances. You were only allowed to do a certain dance move at a certain time, blah blah blah. And then funniest thing I heard this week coming out of North Korea. So they censored their internet, like completely blocked. Like these people are still on freaking modems, like freaking dial-up modems, right? So they had their I think it was either their parts of their army or some spies go into another country, and as soon as they did, somebody discovered the internet and they immediately went to porn.
Yeah, I heard that shit. I heard that too. But that's the thing, you holding back people.
You holding back all this year, all this time.
Same dude, yo, literally, because damn, my internet's being stupid again. But
oh my god, they heard us.
Yeah, they heard. See, look, here we go. But yo, this conversation is so interesting, man. Like I said, one of the biggest things, like I've just been paying attention to, is just how much information we really don't have, man. Like this, and we never probably will. Like, we're never gonna really know. We're never gonna really know what the hell the dinosaurs really were. Or we have super speculation. We have Jurassic Park, so we feel like, oh yeah, that's a T-Rex. We don't know what the fuck that thing is. We don't know if it talked. We don't know. We have no clue. We're just running around with half-ass information that people are digging the fuck up and releasing what they want of it. Like, that's what's unreal, bro. And then the stuff like this happens, and now we have platforms where we can actually, unite a lot more than we could have before and talk about it. And that's why it's so much. Check this out real quick before we pass this too much. We're going to jump into another topic point on this same kind of topic. Look at this shit, bro. To be honest with you, there's been a lot of pictures released ever since this press conference came out. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying all of them are real, but what I am saying is you got to look at it with a little bit more, interest at this point, at least, because potentially we could be looking at some real shit, or been looking at some real shit for a long time and always was just being told it was fake. So check this shit out, bro. This is one of the realest pictures that I have seen on the internet. And I've been doing research, bro. Like, I've literally been like trying to see, like, because you got to think about it. If you saw what is, deemed an alien or another species or something like that, or unknown species, at this point, you would have to literally get all the bullshit out of your brain. You'd have to get all the movies that you've seen, everything that you know or think to be fake and unbelievable. And you'd have to look at it with open understanding. Like, yo, look, this thing right here. I was looking at the glare in the eye, and could it be some 3D movie made shit? Could it be some shit that a kid made for a science project? Sure. But could this also literally be a species of alien, higher intelligence, whatever the fuck it is, that is on Earth, that somebody has, classification of? Here, check this out too. I got another video I want you guys to check out.
Mhm.
We had a lot of real interesting shit, man. I put some stuff together because this is a crazy topic, man. But check this out. Just check this out.
The government is lying to you and the Skinny Bob footage from the 40s is fake. Are you sure? Look at this upscaled image. Pay attention to Skinny Bob's eyes. In this improved version you can see his irises contract with the changing light. Remember, this video was supposedly recorded in the 40s. A time when deepfakes didn't exist.
All right, so I just want to clarify. I didn't put that up here to be like, oh, this is real. Look at this, this is real. Nah. Listen, I'll be the first motherfucker to tell you
right now. No.
I have no idea if that shit is real, fake, anything. The only thing I'm saying to myself in my head is, with all this extra information coming out, I feel like I would be doing myself a disjustice if I just deemed everything that I'm seeing as it's fake. Like, I'm not open to anything. There's constantly people coming. Like, when at that point you got to start asking yourself, damn, when will I believe some shit? Like, is there anything that's even that I can kind of use some kind of judgment and say, hey, listen, maybe this is interesting. I've never seen this before. That's how I'm starting to feel a lot, bro. Like I'm way more open to like, let me check this out, man. Fuck, this could be something. You know, it's at that time. That's when a motherfucker will come and knock on your door and shit. Like, I got some sugar. I'm an alien. Shake your hand.
Black come out with the neuralizer.
Yep, for real. Destroy your whole damn memory, bro. But what do you think, Kyle? Like, that's what I kind of mean. Like, man, are you kind of like you said, you already interested, but
it's a giant what if for me.
Yeah,
it's a giant what if. What if it's real? What if it's fake? If it's real, I'm gonna be 100% with you. I feel bad for it.
Yeah,
I feel bad for it. Like because every time the topic of if aliens exist or if they don't exist, then fear comes in because it's the unknown. And us being imperfect beings, what do we do when we're afraid of something?
Yeah.
What do we do when we're afraid of something? We automatically, there are so many movies and so many, in so many instances of we're trying to be prepared just in case something bad happens. What if something good happens? I'm not trying to be overly optimistic, okay? But let's think about this. Okay, that I looked at that picture of the skinny alien looking dude, and I'm like, that dude look like me. Okay, that dude look like me. I got the same shaped head. Shoot, big head, like big head, small, skinny freaking body. The only thing that's different are my irises. Look at this. That's it. That's it. But my thing is, like, if
you're making a good point.
If this person could, if this thing, whatever it is, real or fake or whatever, okay. Imagine this. What if it came here by mistake, got lost, and now you're poking and prodding it like you do some cancer patients because you don't know what it is, so you have to figure it out. But because you can't communicate with it, you automatically assume, okay, this has got to be something. This has got to be something crazy. This has got to be something bad. What if it's trying to save you from something? You know what I'm saying? What if it's trying to tell you?
Shout out to Slim STR in the building.
No, you're right.
Listen, man. Yo, Slim, listen, it's funny, right? It's funny, right? But it's like, the shit is like, we know movies is movies. But the thing is, like, talking about Thor, man, I've been thinking of shit like this too. Like, what if there are abilities that we don't know about? Like, a lot of fiction comes from fact. Like, who knows that the stories of Thor, like, the god of, thunder and all that shit or whatever. Who knows what that was really based off of, or where that mythology came from? Like,
because they didn't originally, when that mythology was a thing, they didn't write it down.
nope.
It was
Fuck
a
no.
lot of it was just talked about.
Impressioned and then just having, like, like you said, like, how word of mouth works. Like, you start off with one story. It could have just been a guy who just did shit in the rain, you know what I'm saying? And then everybody called, man, he could work even through the rain. And all of a sudden he's the god of thunder. And then it's just passed down, and that story is told to 50 grandkids for then fucking next 4 generations. And now you got a guy with a hammer fucking doing it.
Yeah. Like,
That's how easy it is, right?
Can you imagine what, like, future generations will think of us?
Oh man, listen. You don't think we gonna be primates to them? We motherfuckers floating around and got X-Men powers and shit. We gonna be we gonna be losers.
Or they'll think of it like, because the unfortunate thing is, like, we got all this tech now, we got the internet now, and people are like, I thought this would make people smarter. Mm-hmm. And they don't.
It has.
To
a degree, it has.
And in some respect, yes, it has. But at the same time, now, like you said, we can't tell fact from fiction anymore, and some people just want to stay that way. Like,
that's the crazy part.
They want to stay on that hill, and their excuse for doing certain things or believing in certain things is, I'm set in my ways.
Yeah, but that's because it's easier to do that than be open to maybe some scary information that you're not ready to handle, or that you can't mentally, you don't got the mental capability to handle. I mean, there's too many movies about secret agents and shadow organizations for it not to be some truth. Bro, listen, Slim, I that's how I feel, man. But Kyle just hit it on the head even better than anything, because I've been saying this shit on these shows. We have too much information for us to be able to process, bro. And that's literally how it is. Hopefully you guys can hear it. I'm kind of wonky right now. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But probably we talking too much. That's what it is. But yeah, we have so much information, bro. We literally have, like I just said about the robot. That's the best way I can put it, man. We don't know what's real and what's not.
Yeah.
Somebody said it with AI too. They said, like, we're making all this AI shit. I saw it was like a crazy mutated dog video. A person was like turning into a dog. Yep. And it didn't look like the other AI where, like, you got a face and then it's moving and then all of a sudden it's completely different, or it's a motorcycle after, a couple seconds. It looked legit. Like, it looked super legit.
Like it was a bit more perfected, like a bit more polished.
I'm saying that's all it would take to put out there and say, hey, listen, or listen to this part, Kyle.
Yep.
All it would take is 10 years from now. Yeah, do you remember that photo that was floating around with the guy that turned into a dog? Well, that turned out it was actually real.
Turns out somebody actually tried.
And we didn't even know and shit. We watched that shit 10 years ago and we're like, what? You fucking crazy. That was fake. That was AI. And they're like, no, it wasn't. Yeah. Everybody thought it was AI.
You never know. And this is, and I think this is crazy. Why, like, we're in an age where things are repeating themselves. Like, for example, this is not the first time in humanity that someone's tried to ban or censor information. That's what they've all, you know what I'm saying? Like,
for a long time.
Like, you telling me somebody's banning books or changing, certain things that, they took it out the books. They don't want to teach kids this, that, and the third anymore. Like, yeah. Why? Like, why? What are you afraid of? Oh, I know.
History.
I know why. It's the like, which we'll call it. What did they do during slavery days? They kept us dumb.
Yeah.
If we knew too much, then they come after us. If we knew how to read and write, then there was a problem.
Good comparison.
Right? If we started questioning, and religion has done this too. If we started questioning,
Kyle.
things, then we in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So,
yo, listen, you just said the magic word, bro. Listen, I got a fucking video right now. I'm not gonna play it. But it's just like you just said, and I know this is a scary word to use, especially for a lot of people. It's one of the hot ones, religion. And a lot of people jump to that word if you even come close to insulting or saying something negative about what they believe in that belief system right there. And whatever belief system it is, but that's the structure, bro. That's the structure. That's the
It
structure.
could
That's
be
the
anything.
program, and that's the fucking control, man. And it's listen, I'm telling y'all, man, it's like we're in a world right now, and it's probably because I'm in my late 30s, going into 40s and stuff like that, and we do have a lot of information in our fingertips. We're not as unfocused as we was before. We're a little bit more settled down. You feel me? We're getting out of teenage era, and hopefully
we're not too unhinged because
we're paying a little bit more attention, man. We're not just watching CNN like our fucking dads, and we're getting a little bit more information than our demographic ever has before. I don't give a fuck how you look at it. We are the generation that is getting this information more than any fucking generation ever has before in our time period.
We're a lot more open. The internet opened us to the literal world, and the world became smaller.
Real.
It is just like the world is still, it's vast, but it has become like small. If you want to learn something about, say, different places of Europe or different places in Japan or different places of Africa, all you need to do is search, cite your sources, but they'll also give you books to look at. They'll give you videos. They'll give you people who actually live there.
Been there,
you know what I'm saying,
man.
Where
you accomplish a lot on your couch. On your couch, accomplish a lot.
Do you know
learn the whole fucking planet?
Do you know how much stuff people like you and I and my girlfriend and so many other people research on a regular basis just because we're into it?
Constantly.
That's nothing else. And I gotta give just real quick.
Yeah.
I gotta take a minute and dedicate the rest of this show to my grandmother. Okay, because my Nana, when she was alive, she always had something that she wanted us to watch, or something that she wanted us to read, or something that was on her mind. And sometimes we would take it as, you know what, she's just bored because she's retired. She's just bored, right? But one day she hit me on some real stuff. She was like, look, they've been listening to our conversations for years, right?
Listen, bro.
And what happened just like a year or so, not even a year or so ago, there was a report that went around that said, they've been listening to our conversations, certain conversations, as early as the 80s, as they say.
That's right. Yeah. With payphones, all of that shit.
All of that, all of that stuff. But now she grew up in a time where, number one, black woman. Okay. So certain things she was not able to learn or whatever, but she always kept her ear open. She was a religious woman, but not like overly, you know what I'm saying? And one time she called me and she had me watch this report that was ironically on CNN. This is when we were still burning CDs, right? And she's like, watch this, right? And they showed that when you burn a CD, it basically gets engraved with a number, and they can track you down by that number on the CD. And at one point, I didn't believe her. Then I remember my brother told me that somebody that he knew was downloading movies, right? Downloading movies, putting them in right? And then one day he gets a knock on his door, and they take his computer. So
man.
So you never really know. And if she was alive today, she only died about 7 years ago, right?
Yeah.
If she was alive today, seeing all the stuff that's coming out now, she'd be blowing up my phone.
For real, man.
And I missed that, but it's because of her that I became a bit more open with things.
That's awesome.
I wasn't expecting it to be, I wasn't expecting that to be I was like a lot of people. I was like, maybe she just wants somebody to talk to. Nah, she thought about it. She put it together. She had general thoughts about the stuff. Well, at least understandable thoughts about the just question shit, man. I think if you're not one of the type of people who, at least you don't gotta be paranoid, but I'm saying you gotta have. Oh, she was paranoid here, but still.
But you know what? I'd rather be paranoid than sit there and just live in this, everything is just perfect and everything like that or whatever all the time. Nothing's ever happening. Don't lock my doors. Nah, fuck that, man. I'd rather be a little bit more cautious than uncautious. And like you were saying, bro, it's really crazy that we do have all this stuff that's been listening to us. And the one thing that I can say that is that is something that I think it needs to be said. It's not said enough because, for some reason we feel like it's against the culture. It's against, the cause. I don't fucking know. But just look how much of our lives, man, are put on race. Like if you think about it, man, you just think about how much thought and study and knowledge and research we do because of race, man, because it's just the color that we are and that our differences. And just think about for 5 fucking minutes. Like if we all were green,
Yep.
if every motherfucker was green on the planet, yo.
Yep.
Just think about how much more shit we would know as humanity. Like, just think about how much more. Think about all the time and structure and hate and balance and shit that was gone because I don't like black people. I don't like white people. I don't like Asian people. Just think about everything if that shit all got dismissed and we were all the same. We were all fucking penguins with black and white. And just all the fucking thoughts and knowledge and research and information we would be able to obtain if we weren't worried about petty bullshit.
Race itself is a concept. It's not a natural thing you think of when you're like kids. When you're a kid, you don't think, oh, there's another kid that looks like me, I must already like them. Oh, and there's a kid that doesn't look like me, I must hate them. That doesn't work that way. Hate is it is not natural. It is like it's not something that you're innately born with. It has to be taught.
Right?
Yeah. And check this out. Like we get on the white and black thing all the time, and there are differences, but check out where we all came from. And if you get into that, and if you get that into like conversations like that, of course there's going to be disagreements. But you have people that will get at each other because they're not okay. In the black culture, sometimes we get at each other because they say we're not black enough, right? We're not black enough.
You can't even just be black. You got to be fucking black enough. Like African, motherland.
They'll call you stuff like high yellow.
Forget about it,
yeah, junk like that. When I was a kid, people would look at my sister and I because we were talking early, right? And we were carrying like full-on conversations, and people were like, "Why do your kids talk like that?" I didn't know this until I got older. My mom had to step to somebody, and they were like, "Why are your kids talking like that?" She's like, "What do you mean, English?" It's like they were getting mad because they thought that because of our race, we were supposed to be a certain way or acting a certain way. I've gotten that from white people, and I've gotten that from black people. Let me tell you something. Either way, it hurts. But the concept is it's just a concept. I didn't know until recently. I didn't know until very recently. Italians and Irish weren't always considered white. Right,
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, look, like they weren't always considered white. I don't know what changed exactly, but they weren't always considered white. So that once again shows you that it's nothing but a concept. Unfortunately, it's something that's been burned into our culture
for too long.
If you are too dark, and it's not even just we got racism, we got colorism. We got all these isms, but I guarantee you, even if we were all green, we'd still figure out a way to discriminate because of our differences.
No, and there's no doubt about that because at the end of the day, what it does boil down to, bro, is difference. It's difference. Yep. It's just like you were talking about before when you were comparing yourself to an alien and shit, which I don't agree, but it's cool. Like I understand. You said it, I didn't say it, but it's difference, man. It's like when you are a kid and you see the kid in the classroom that's fat. You know what I'm saying? Look at the fat kid, like, oh, he's fat. You know what I'm saying? And you start making fun of him because of his difference. It's a difference. You feel me? Like, the kid that's got the short hair and is cut weird or something like that. Oh, that's different. It's weird. It's not unique. You're not a kid. You're not fucking invested. It's just something that's not similar. and then you can pinpoint it and fucking you weaponize it, or you can love
That's
it or
it.
some
They
shit.
weaponize it. They weaponize our differences. George Carlin put it best. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
So
man, great
like
fucking.
every time I need a reminder, I go back to that bit where he's talking about our differences versus the stuff that everybody goes through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
George Carlin is incredible.
Exactly. May he rest in power. And like, okay, one of the like either after the show, I got something I gotta send to you. Right.
Okay.
It's a science fiction. Fiction movie based on a short story from the 60s, right? And it's talking about a dystopian future where basically the government has taken it upon themselves to make everybody the same, to make everybody equal. If you have
that shit, I'm interested now.
It's called Harrison Bergeron. It was, I believe, written sometime in the 60s. It's a very short story. It was later on expanded upon in a adaptation from, I believe, Showtime or Stars back in the 90s. Right. Basically, they changed the Constitution. They said that not all men aren't created equal, but it's our government's duty to make everybody equal. So that means everybody's got to be average. Like, say you were really talented on something, then you would be like dumbed down, right? If you looked too pretty, they put a mask on you. If you were too smart, they'd keep you in the same grade until your grade point average dropped to like a C. Stuff like that. If they would put like weights on you, they would put like dampeners on you, all that stuff to make everybody exactly the same, because they don't want stuff to to break out just because of petty stuff. So in this world, we've gotten so petty, so ignorant, so like just blind to the fact that differences are beautiful. You know? Yeah, I gotta send that to you, bro.
Sorry, please send that to me. That sounds super interesting. But while you're talking about that, like I'm literally pulling up. Oh shit! Look who it is. Harris is drinking. Yo, he's seen Harris in a while. I'm drinking against Luke Cole. Yes, let's go, bro. Definitely glad to have you back, man. Conspiracy in my lane.
Make Orwell fiction again. Oh shoot!
It's a lot of conversation. Yo, Harris, you would have been perfect for this show too.
Oh, we definitely. But, we gotta do a part 2.
We definitely gonna have more conversations. We didn't even touch half the shit we had. I'm gonna get into another topic. We're gonna ask another question in a minute. Yep. But listen, bro, this is another thing that like we were talking about with the movies and stuff like that, bro. Like, of course, this is one big one. Whenever we're having these conversations, like The Matrix, bro. Remember, The Matrix came out in 1998. And it was, of course, the action in it was phenomenal. Like you had, Keanu and Morpheus and everybody over there jumping and kicking the agent's ass. They dodging bullets. Fuck, shit was phenomenal, bro. Come on. Ridiculously good. But the concept of the Matrix took some people to this day don't even know it. But it took you a long time to really figure out what the fuck they were talking about. And I think I've summed it up before on the show where I think I understand it for the most part. But like we're talking now, like just the construct of what we're living in and just everything we're doing and just everything we are, everything we're connected to, everything from our phones to our tablets to our laptops, all this shit is the Matrix, yo. It's the programming that's being done to us by, the Sentinels or, whoever the fucking power is above in the real world that is kind of just got us, floating in this bubble and making decisions, through what the hell is it called? The shit where you got what the fuck is it called? Where you listening to a music and you play it backwards, hidden messages and shit like that. Subliminal messaging. Yeah. So, stuff like the Matrix is very interesting, but also like you were saying before, bro, these fucking robots now, man. These robots now, look at this, bro. This is real. This isn't a fucking movie. This is actually being made. This is made. Yep. I looked at the pricing for them and everything. So I got to ask, if you have a Tesla robot, what are you doing with it? This should be fun right here.
That's a good, that's a good question.
Listen, man. All right, let's see what Harrison said. 1984. Oh, yeah. Listen,
1984.
And you know what, Harris? A lot of people, they drive back to that one, Reagan's time and everything with that story and that movie. But
Let's see.
there's a lot more, before that even.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit. That 1984 is a really good movie though.
Does that seriously say Optimus Gen 2?
I don't know. I don't know if this picture how valid this picture is, but I know that these robots exist. I don't know if you guys saw, but Kim Kardashian is over there taking like a picture with her Tesla robot and stuff like that, and she's like naked and shit.
Yeah,
like,
of course. If you want
already
something
trying to fuck
branded, you
the
get her.
robot.
Like,
Yeah, man, it's already happening. But literally, this is interesting, bro. So I thought about it, like, if these robots are available, believe it or not, I saw the price ranges from like 60,000. You can get a fucking robot, bro, in your house, $60,000, and have it do whatever the hell you want to do. I guess.
would you get one?
Would I? It's a good
Would you?
question. I'm gonna answer the question too.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. I would definitely get one. Would I be scared? Yeah, I'd be nervous. I'm still cautious around my dog. I'm real cautious with my dog. I got a gun with me at all times. Like if he flips out or bites one of the kids or something, I'm already ready. But to have a robot, man, that's like, if I had the opportunity, if I had the money and it was available to me, or somebody just like I won it in a contest or some shit, yeah, I think I'd do it. Now, what would I do with it?
What would you do with it?
I would pretty much have it doing all the chores, the minimal chores that I don't want to do. If that was an option. You know what I'm saying? I'd have it mowing the lawn. I'd have it, I'm straightening up my kitchen and stuff like that. If it's good at cooking, I definitely have it in the kitchen cooking and shit.
Yep.
And just taking some of the time, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of maneuvering the time that it takes me to do some of this stuff and giving me that time back. Yeah. But when I'm not using it, that motherfucker would be chained up in the closet somewhere.
Chained up, jeez.
I ain't going to sleep with the robot fucking just on with his red face on and shit. Nah.
And that's the that's the thing. Like, never read iRobot, saw the movie, of course, but that's exactly that's what it looks like they got that design from.
Yeah, lot. Yeah.
And remember that police robot I put in the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is like that right there it's interesting yet scary. You know what I'm saying? Because of the unknown. I mean, shoot, Trump's got robot dogs guarding his properties. So
for real?
For real.
Holy shit. No, I never knew that. That's badass.
For real. Anyway, unless that was fake too. I don't know. See,
you don't know, right? We don't know. We don't know it's real. You don't fucking know. It makes sense. It makes sense if Trump got robot dogs. I'm saying, like,
it's easy to believe because it makes sense because that's where we are right now.
I would have robot dogs. I'd have Godzilla. I'd have all that shit. Whatever was at my grasp. All the Universal Studios, I'd be selling them like, yo, King Kong, all this shit in my house. Build it. I'll be taking everything, yo. You gonna protect my ass? You shooting me in the fucking street like I'm some regular person. But yes. So if I had one, I'd definitely use it, yo. 60,000? That ain't shit to a celebrity. That ain't shit, bro. They dropped that on a chain.
Just drop that on a chain.
You know how many people going to have robots, bro? Like in their house, probably already got them. Probably already got the fucking 2024 model, like a car.
We're already close. Okay, I'm sitting next to 2 Google Assistants right now. Okay, people got Teslas in their house. Like people got freaking everything in their house, smartphones, smart devices on their house. We're very close. Roombas, drones. We're already close to it.
For real. And what do you think are going to be the crazy stories about, like, we hear about stuff getting hacked all the time, from security cameras to, especially Ring cameras and stuff like that. Like, what do you think going to be the stories when fucking robots get hacked and they activate some programs or where they, whatever, just saying nasty shit to the kids? Or
it's going to be a little bit of everything. Like, we're going to hear good and bad. Like, you programmed this robot to program other robots. Now he's worse than your boss. You know what I'm saying? Or check this out. Like, how you know how they're using AI as an excuse not to pay employees and stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Same thing with these robots. Every time a robot decides to quit a job, or like say they're working at a freaking Amazon facility and they like, this is my life. No, I'm out of here. Bye. We're gonna hear more. We're gonna hear more stories about that. And just to add some comedy into this, I will probably say we'll probably hear things about people sticking things from the robots that weren't supposed to be stuck in their bodies. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody wanted to try and bang their robot just because
Smashing the robots.
and
Listen,
the
bro,
robot got
I ain't gonna lie.
nasty for them. They would be like, Whitney,
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Part, you know, or somebody.
Hey, yo. Hey, Kyle, listen, this is going to be crazy, right? This is the same topic what you're saying right now. But listen, on some real shit, yo. You know, we got celebrity crushes. Most people have celebrity crushes. I know it's going to sound like some crazy shit, but listen, this is
I know
real.
where you're going with this.
Most people got celebrity crushes, right?
Yeah.
Just imagine being able to make a robot, you know what I'm saying? And they are very, they look very familiar to your celebrity crush.
Yep.
And then you're able to take that shit home and it can do a little bit more than just later, like the blow up the fucking balloon.
Yep. That was explored in. Have you ever seen the show Futurama?
Yeah. I saw Futurama. If you want to see a movie that's crazy, what the hell is that one called? Ex Machina, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, you know, even like, you know, trusting and you know what I'm saying? Like, but damn, she was fine.
There was another one, and this one's a little bit more obscure. It's called Cherry 2000, right?
Cherry 2000.
It's called Cherry 2000. It is literally a dude who has a relationship with an android, right? The android model he has shuts down, and they stop making that model, but he still has the memory disk. But he has to go to another island or something to get it. You know, but because it's a dystopian 1980s version of the future, of course, there's explosions, there's people after him, stuff like that, right? And he has to, and it's all for him to get his robot girlfriend back.
Oh, this guy's fucking crazy. Kind of smash robots.
That's what it is. I saw something crazy the other day that said women will be having sex with robots by 2030. I'm like, look.
Listen, like I don't. They having sex with robots now, bro. What a vibrator is?
What do you think?
Fucking battery operated robot. Yep.
Vibrators, flashlights. It's close. All you gotta do is add the body.
Listen,
half the time people don't even want the face. So.
That's right. I mean, it really is like that. Think of the convenience, or you think that like, you know, internet dating and being able to like, you know, have options at the swipe of your fingers, literally.
Yep.
You think that has, you know, made dating and marriage and relationships more difficult? Just think of the options of if you do have the ability to just like kind of, it don't even got to be perfect. I mean, it could literally just be like, hey, look, this one, you know, resembles Beyonce a little bit. Let me go ahead and spend my little $40,000 and have Beyonce on a fucking charger in my bedroom, you know, for the rest of my life. You think motherfucker gonna waste his time getting married, bro? Just be able to smash that every day, and
like it is just a very like the more we think these things aren't possible, it's like the world is like, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Like you don't think like really that's what it feels like, you know. That's honestly what it feels like. And the next thing you know, you're gonna have somebody who has a relationship with their AI or have a relationship with their robot, because shoot, in certain countries like Japan, there have been people that have married machines, had like, you know, relationships with machines because they couldn't.
That's why the world ended now. That's why all this shit happening right now, because everybody fucking wilding out.
They don't
doing whatever they want.
They don't want to deal. They don't want to deal with each other. They're like, dating's expensive. All that, you know, all that stuff, having kids are too expensive and stuff like that, right? So they rather go the opposite, the other route, like that scientist who married her hologram, right? Oh, you didn't know about that? There was a woman. I forgot what her profession actually was, but she created a hologram, right? And she had a ceremony, I believe in September, to basically have a commitment ceremony with this hologram. What I think is the most oddest thing I've ever heard. Okay, not just the fact that she's basically married to this hologram, But
Is it herself or it's like an image of somebody else?
what she did was it was an image of someone else. But in order to get all the data and stuff she needed for it, because the thing can talk and respond back to her and everything out, right? She took data from people she actually dated, right? Like a lot of the personality of that hologram are her exes. And I'm like,
That's
why would you do that? Like,
That's
hold on a
crazy,
second.
bro.
Hold on a second. There's a reason they're your exes, right? So why do you want I'm just saying,
That's
why do you
really crazy.
why do you want that again? You know?
That's creepy too. Like,
Oh yeah.
it would have been different if it was just somebody like random, even if it was like a celebrity, but literally people that are real and you've had them before. Maybe they
Yeah.
broke up with her and she wasn't ready to leave, and she's one of them
She just
stalker
took bits
types.
and
And she's
pieces
like,
of their
"Fuck it."
personality and used it in this program.
That's some Frankenstein crazy nut job shit.
Yep.
All right, guys. Yeah, it's been a crazy ass conversation. We're definitely going to do a part 2 of this. I'm going to put a show together. I definitely had this put together. We came up with this idea last year. I've been really last episode,
last
yeah.
week. Yeah.
Last week, yeah. I've been, like I said, I've just been redoing the shows and stuff like that. So I've been kind of busy with life going on. But yo, we're gonna redo this. We're gonna have some more stuff going on. But we're not gonna leave you without the top 5. Of course, this time we have the top 5 favorite sci-fi movies. This should be a good one, yo. When I was thinking about mine, like I had to really think about, like, first of all, what is considered sci-fi? Like what's entangled into sci-fi to, like, really clear deem that a sci-fi movie. I think we have a good list here. Kyle, go ahead. Let's kick it off with number 5, man. What you got at number 5?
All right, hold on 1 second, because I wrote it down after I gave it.
I don't even damn write my list down, but I'm pretty sure I got a pretty good list to put together. Because I'm gonna be cheating a little bit too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
When you told me this, like honestly, when you told me this, it was hard, bro.
Yeah, it's really hard.
It
I think what was horror.
Yeah, it was not easy at all for me to make this list. But number 5, for me, Fifth Element. The Fifth Element.
That's a good one. That's definitely a good one.
Nice sci-fi comedy, but it also has you questioning a lot about life and what is, what constitutes life and the elements of the world and stuff, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think it was the first movie I had seen as a kid that introduced me to Chris Tucker.
Oh yeah. Damn. I remember Chris Tucker from Def Comedy Jam. That was the first thing I saw him on.
Yeah. I wasn't allowed to watch that growing up until I got a little older. So by the time I was old enough to actually watch it, he already did like mad movies,
Friday and all that shit. Hell yeah, I definitely remember that.
Yeah, and freaking Rush Hour.
Yeah, Fifth Element was a good ass movie. I remember that was a movie that I remember seeing in the movie theaters, and I remember while I was watching it, I didn't really get it. Like, I didn't really know what the hell was going on. I just knew it was like kind of like a space, and that was like when it was a lot of animation. Like it wasn't animated, it was a lot of like seeing the rocks and the colorful characters and stuff. Like Chris Tucker had a freaking crazy pompadour wig on with a leather, you know what I'm saying, with a leopard
aliens
skin.
And yeah,
it was wild. It was a wild movie. And then you had old girl Mila Jovovich was in there kicking ass, and Fifth Element was actually a really good movie, man. I think it doesn't really get a lot of shine, but it is deemed as like a cult classic. Like people still talk about it a lot. Yeah, dress up like it and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and flip and say my 5th favorite sci-fi movie, and I'm gonna put the first one up there. It's Predator. Predator is definitely one of my favorite movies of all time. I love Predator. My first introduction to no, that wasn't my first introduction to Arnold, but it was definitely like one of the ones that I was like, man, this guy is over here kicking ass as an alien, all these badass commandos with these big ass guns, and then this invisible fucking dread-headed, alien coming out just beating everybody ass. And then he's making all the traps to try to get him. And I'm one of them dudes. Like I used to like to make weapons and like traps, and like if anybody come to my house, I'm trap everybody ass and destroy them. So Predator is definitely my number 5 right there. I'm gonna put that at number 5.
Good choice.
Yeah. All right, so you got number 4. What you looking at?
Yeah, number 4. Once again, this was not easy, but number 4, gotta say, it's either between like before it was the Matrix, and then I had to think about it. It was like Godzilla -1 knocked it off.
Oh, okay.
You know,
All
like,
right, so it took a spot for you.
it took its spot. Like I don't get me wrong, love the Matrix, love the Animatrix, you know, but I like Godzilla -1. I love movies that not only make me, you know, that entertain me, but also make me think. And just like we reviewed, remember when we reviewed the, you know, Godzilla -1 recently, it made me think a lot. Like it went back to its you know, to its war roots, and talking about, like, you know, PTSD and what makes a family, and, you know, and stuff like that. And the effects were crazy in that movie, and it was
really,
just
really good movie.
like really
Good movie.
And they putting it back in theaters.
Oh, really?
If they haven't already, they're putting it back in theaters with like extra footage.
Okay. The only thing that was questionable for me was how Godzilla was walking. He's walking like
I mean, you also got to make it. You also got to make it look like
super good though.
It was like, because remember, it came from the days of rubber suits, so they still wanted to make it look like a rubber suit. You know?
Yeah. Godzilla -1 was fucking phenomenal. There's no doubt about it. But okay, Godzilla -1. That's definitely a good one. I'm gonna have to say, my number 4 is definitely one of my favorite alien movies of all time, and that's Independence Day. I remember Independence Day when I was younger. I remember seeing the trailers for it, and I remember just how, like out of its time it was. Like, Independence Day was a real big movie, yo. If you guys remember it in the movie theaters and shit like that or whatever, first of all, it got my favorite, you know, actor in it, Will Smith.
Yep.
It also had my boy Jeff Goldblum in it. It had like a star-studded cast, and there was a lot of people that were in that movie. Vivica Fox. It was a lot of people that was in there, and the concept of seeing the alien destruction in that movie, blowing up the White House, like that shit wasn't seen really. Like, you ain't seen movies like that do stuff like that, even outside of like Star Wars and all that stuff, whatever. You didn't see a lot like that,
right?
So yeah, and then just the movie as a whole, as they're fighting the aliens and they learn how to defeat the alien shields, and it was just really good, man. I remember watching it as a kid, like in the movie theater, green ass seats that I was sitting in, and we're just watching like, whoa, this shit is crazy. So Independence Day is definitely a strong number 4 for me, bro.
Awesome pick.
So, all right, we on number 3. Let's go. Top 5 season. What you got, bro?
Number 3 is Ghost in the Shell. Okay.
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell, 1995. It's a classic anime film, and it talks a lot. It talks a lot about technology's relationship with humanity, right? Like, you have you're in a futuristic futuristic world, and being a cyborg is normal. There are people out, there are people out here with that are that have been, cybersized. They have cybernetic bodies, and you have a government sanctioned organization that have to deal with everything from hackers to
I have heard of this shit. I did hear of this.
Other cyber crimes, and it really, and it has some of the best, like there's been a lot of like great fight scenes. Now, if you are, and there's a lot of there's a lot of action, but there's also a lot of dialogue, and it very much when I was a kid, because the first time I got exposed to this, I was a teenager, and I was just flipping through the channels, and it happened to be on Stars, and I was like, okay, I gotta watch this again, because I watched it in the middle, right? But I had to watch it from the beginning. From that point on, I was hooked. Then later on, they gave us they gave us an animated series called Standalone Complex, and that that further gave you the allegory of what it's like with what it's like to be human, questioning being human, and are we too close to technology and stuff, and stuff like that. So yeah. Like I said before, I know you're not really an anime guy, but there's anime films I know you'll probably get a kick out of.
Oh, you're probably absolutely right, because I still love, like I said, even though I'm not like directly like following a lot of anime, I still love my DC animated, content, like Street Fighter. I still love all that shit. I come across just like the Terminator one we were talking about, like that. That shit was fun. I'm trying to get into the Lara Croft one, the Tomb Raider one that's on Netflix right now, it's missing me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to watch the first couple
it's a
episodes.
slow burn for me too.
Yeah.
I'm currently watching it. Like I'm on episode like 3.
Yeah. I think I got to like episode like 2. Like I was in like half of 2, and I was like, "Fuck it." I went back and watched Cobra Kai, baby. I watched Cobra Kai from the beginning, bro. Cobra Kai is my shit. I can't fuck around. But all right. So Ghost in the Shell. I have heard of that though. I definitely did hear about that. My third, number 3. Now this is what I'm saying. I'm probably cheating a little bit, but I had to throw it in there because I feel like it is kind of sci-fi. It's they come from space, and a bunch of shit comes from space. Power Rangers movie, bro, from 1995.
That counts.
Yes, that is definitely
100%.
one of my favorite.
That
Definitely
counts. 100%.
one of my favorite sci-fi movies, bro. Like I had to really do some thinking. Like I was thinking about like there's a lot of I watch a lot of horror. A lot of my shit is horror. Like so I was trying to think of like outside of that box. I'm just gonna be real with you. On my list, it's not gonna be Star Wars. Not gonna be Star Trek. I'm not gonna be Lord of the Rings. I'm just not into that shit. But Power Rangers, listen, I watch that movie to this day, and not the remake with all the new shit and all the new people and drama. I'm talking about the original Power Rangers movie with the sound effects and the punches. And they turn into ninjas, and then they go and they fight the damn rock people. And listen, bro, the Power Rangers.
I was about to put Ninja Turtles on my list, and now I was like, wait,
listen, bro.
I was like, because that has a lot of science fiction elements to it. You're mixing science, mixing science fiction with martial arts. So I seriously, but I was like, nah, let me go like extreme science, science fiction.
Yeah. You good? What's your number? All right, so we round. All right, so I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Let's do an honorable mention because I definitely got an honorable mention too. Let's go ahead and put something in there. What you got?
For me, my honorable mention now, like some people might want to take my nerd card for this, but I gotta tell you, I had to knock something off the list, and that was Matrix.
Yeah.
Only because Godzilla -1 as the most recent Godzilla film and the stuff that it had me questioning, like, you could put Matrix up here all day, but I had to put that on the official list. But
hey, listen, I feel you. Listen, the first Matrix was the phenomenal one. The second and third, the second one was decent.
The second one was all right.
But the third one, you can fucking forget about it. I hated the fucking third one, bro.
Man,
I hated the fight scenes, everything about it.
I don't remember how that one happened.
Man, listen, that shit was just too much. They just did way too much. I was not into it. But my honorable mention, I definitely have to say, once again, like it's not something that's like super considered sci-fi, but it's definitely sci-fi. The Little Shop of Horrors, man. One of my favorite musicals of all time, bro.
I count that.
Talking Plant. Yeah, you came from space, came from outer space.
It's a talking plant from space. It mixes sci-fi elements, little horror elements, romance in there. I didn't know that there was an original film before this one. I knew about the play.
Oh shit!
But
I didn't know that either.
My cousin put me on game. He was like, the original one is a monster flick from the 50s, and I was like,
damn,
what?
I didn't know that at all.
Looked it up. I found it. It's on YouTube. I'll send it to you.
That's crazy. I never knew that. See, damn, it's crazy to find originality, man. It's like it's hard to find original shit.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is
knew
reboots and remakes and all that. A lot of stuff.
That's bananas. All right, bro. Let's jump into. I think we're at number 2 now. So what's your number 2 sci-fi flick?
Another one is another anime classic, Akira. And
now that I'm familiar with, especially the movie. That movie was phenomenal, bro.
Yeah.
I hope they're doing it too. I heard like they got it in the wind or whatever, but how do you say Attila, the
Akira.
battle, whatever.
Yeah.
That movie was really good, man. People kind of stunned on it a little bit.
It was like, you talking about I said Akira.
Oh, okay, there's something different. Oh, damn, I thought it was the same one. The Attila, the battle chick or whatever.
No. Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah, that shit was good, man.
I like that. I like that one. I like that one too. But this one, Akira, classic. Post-apocalyptic Tokyo, biker gangs, psychic powers, questioning humanity, body horror, everything. Right?
I didn't know about that one.
And it freaked out so once again, I watched it when I was flipping through channels, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, what the heck is going on? I'm watching this late at night. I'm watching people getting beat up over some stuff. I'm watching kids being surgically experimented on. I'm like, what the heck is happening? So I had to watch it from the beginning, waited until it came on again. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have a DVR yet. So I was like, wait, what the heck is this? So I watched it again, and I was like, this is crazy, but it's stuck in my head. And I recently watched it with my girlfriend. She made it through most of the film, and she's a horror person. So I thought she'd appreciate this. She did. But she's like, there's a body horror scene, a crazy body horror scene towards the end. And she's like, nah, it's going to take me a while before I watch that again. But I was like, at least you tried. At least you went.
This is real? Like, it's a real movie, or is it
it's anime. It's anime.
Okay.
They have tried to make a live action version of this for years, but it could never get off the ground, right? Started off as a graphic novel, right? And the guy who wrote the novel was also involved with the movie, but because he was writing both back to back, he had to make up an ending for the movie while the comic was still going on, right? But that's another recommendation for you, bro.
For real. For real. Yeah, that sounds like some shit I'd be into. I like that gory shit, like wild shit. That's definitely interesting. All right, so that's all right. Kyle got Akira's for his number 2. And boy, Brian B, listen, y'all go. I'm about to take y'all back with this motherfucker right here. I'm gonna cheat a little bit, all right, because my number is both 1 and 2 of course, RoboCop, baby.
Oh, yeah, that definitely counts.
RoboCop. If you all remember RoboCop, Murphy, bruh. Listen, the opening scene to RoboCop, maybe one of the best scenes in all movies, yo. When he goes and fights old boy, what's his name? Red from that 70s show. He's the villain in it.
Yeah.
And he goes and blows his arm off and shit, and he starts screaming. They just take his ass out. Woo!
This just screams
impactful,
80s.
Bro.
Okay, like this screams 80s movie. Anytime you think 80s movie, I'm thinking Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm thinking RoboCop, I'm thinking freaking Sylvester Stallone. You know, it's
I think Brian would really like. Oh, that's I think that's your. That's
right here. That's my girl.
There you go. She came in and jumped in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, appreciate the love. But yeah. So we had a RoboCop, bro. I've been a fan of RoboCop ever since I was little, man. I had the toys. I remember when I first saw it, and I was literally like, believe it or not, like I like the first one now better than I like the second one. But when I was little, I was all about the second one with Kane and him going and turning into the robot at the end and fighting RoboCop at the end and everything like that or whatever. Yep. RoboCop was beast mode, bro. I love RoboCop. So
what'd you think of the remake that came out some years ago?
Man, listen, hang it up. It was horrible, bro. And I as soon as the remake made me go watch the original, because I was like, I just have to watch it. Now, listen, this is the thing though. I'm not one of the people that's like, oh no, I'll leave it alone and all that shit. Nah, I want them to make a remake. I just want them to make a good one. Like, can you just do a good one? Like, just why you gotta make some bullshit? Like when I found out they were making Child's Play over, and it was gonna be a new movie, I was excited. I was like, okay, that's cool. Like Child's Play, we got new animation, we got this and that. They could do a dope ass movie. But then they got that bullshit. They came out where he learned how to kill people by making the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Bro, listen. If I could have turned that shit off in the movie theater, I would have turned it off in the movie theater.
I think they were trying to talk about like AI and smart devices and stuff like that.
Bro.
They modernized it to a point where I'm like, y'all did this. I've seen this already.
That shit was so bad. Like me and my girl almost walked the fuck out. We were just literally
really.
Like, that movie was it pissed me off so bad. I'm telling you right now, that part where he was making the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, like, this is how you stab people or something. This is done. And then he started getting it from that. And then at the end, he started controlling like the hardware supply. Get the fuck out of here. I couldn't even fucking. I'm sitting there watching this shit like, this is not Chucky, bro. There's no way. And they got my man Mark Hamill in there with the Joker.
Yeah, Mark
voice.
Hamill. How do you waste Mark Hamill?
How do you fuck up, right? Like, that's what I said. I was like, oh, that was horrible. But yeah, I would love to see a good RoboCop adaptation, like You know what I'm saying? Like up there on the list where I would love, Gremlins. That's not on my list, but that's another one. Gremlins. I would love a good Gremlins remake. Come on, bro. That shit would be phenomenal. But gotta do it right. Gotta do it right. All right, Kyle. We at the number one, and then we're gonna be wrapping it up, guys. We love you guys for sticking around with us. But what's your number one spot in the top 5?
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Oh shit, that's right. You said that was one of your favorite movies. I think
Back
on
to
another
the
list.
Future is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Gotcha.
First time I watched it was with my aunt, and the same day that we the same weekend I was at her house and we watched it because she had it on tape. Right.
Yeah.
Next day, TNT played the rest of the trilogy. So we we gotta watch that, and I fell in love with part 2. Part three was cool, but I enjoyed part 1 and 2 a bit more. And a lot of things that came from Back to the Future, we see now. Like they were one of the first to show like flat screen TVs. So they had flat screen TVs. They tried with the 3D movies. It wasn't there yet. And while we don't have flying cars like that yet, they are being developed. You know? Sure. And I always like a good time travel story, but but to be honest, if time travel was real, I wouldn't want to go to the past.
Oh no.
I would not want to go too far to the past looking like this. You feel me? So
bro,
if I'm gonna go to the past, y'all gotta get me in disguise.
Yo, there's people coming out with all this stuff that's coming out and all the technology that they're saying, like whether it's Bob Lazar, and other sources at this point. They're saying that the route to time travel is all about like the distance from like gravity. If you they're saying if you control gravity, you can control time, which is apparently not existent because time is if you've seen some shit, I've watched some shit, bro.
It's relative. Like what we like personally, I think the reason we call it time is just to explain certain things because aging and structure and stuff like that exists, and and night and day and stuff do exist, but we have to agree on when that happens.
It's all for scheduling purposes. If you really think about it, that's really what time is. It's all to structure your life. It's all to structure how you do things, like you said, organization. Like it literally is just a map. If you think about it, we need it. I'm not saying it's not a needed source, but if you think about it, like if you're fucking floating around in space, the only reason it matters is because we have shit to do.
What we don't need is daylight savings time. That's what we don't need.
Well, I mean, half of that shit, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you literally need to know how much time you got in the day to, to get stuff done. You need to know how much time you got to sleep or how much preparation. You got things you need it for specifically, but it helps out. But it's not like it truly exists. Like the trees. I'm like, it's shit that we made, man. It's shit that we made. But Back to the Future, I definitely can understand. I still haven't. I've seen Back to the Future. I remember they used to have those trilogies on all the time, like on TNT and TBS USA Network. But definitely a good movie. I still haven't gotten all the way into it. Internet is being stupid right now, bro.
I have watched all 3 films. I have the original DVD box set. And I still have I convinced my grandmother to give me the tape. Right. And
VHS.
Because I wanted to watch it again. She introduced to me to everything from Star Wars, Star Trek, and Back to the Future. Every time I would go to her house, my Aunt Judy, may she rest in peace, she loved Star Trek Next Generation. I got introduced to that. My Aunt Cheryl, she introduced me to things like the Shirley Temple films, old black and white monster flicks.
I like those.
Like one I watched more than once was Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
Oh man, damn! I remember they remade that and it was on Fox.
Oh, I remember
that shit back in the day. Remember
I
that?
remember that too, and that's part of the reason why I don't ever want to anger a woman. I'm like, seriously, you wouldn't say anything if she was like 50 foot tall,
Man,
right?
listen, bro. Having fun with her. I'll be on her. I'll be trying to get on her good side. I'll be like, listen, take me home, baby, all day. Living with her ass. But yeah, definitely good times. But then we're talking about 50-foot women, robots. It's crazy. It's a freak show. The freaks come out.
Robots, aliens.
Talking about a lot of crazy shit, right? But yo, I would have to say my favorite of all time.
What's your favorite, bro?
I'm doubling up again, bro.
Yep.
Number one for Brian B is of course the Terminator, bro.
I knew
that
it.
is
I had a feeling you were gonna say that.
Number one, Terminator. Sarah
Is
Connor.
that 1 or 2?
Both.
Like,
yeah, both together. One and 2 together, because no doubt about it, people forget just how good fucking 1 was. Like where the first time when he was just going, just murking people, bro. Like, just walking up to the thing, dicking balls when he was going into the bar and just taking over. If you notice, like, the first one was like real horror, bro. It was like he was just killing people, yo. But then the second one, it was a little bit more comical. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They had him smiling and hasta la vista, baby, and all that. But the second one's villain, the liquid metal dude.
The liquid metal?
So fucking good. Robert Patrick. Yo, so phenomenal. What a villain, bro.
Effects budget must have been something, because
unbelievable. James Cameron.
That looks so dope, especially that early.
It was so good, bro. The Terminator, the second Terminator movie, the scenes that's going to get you is when they're in the mall. One of the first scenes when he was going after John Connor, and they in the mall, and they started chasing he was chasing the damn bike on the truck. I'm telling you, bro, one of the greatest scenes in my opinion of all fucking history, in all film. And then of course, like, the ending when he was fighting the liquid metal dude, from the point where he kicked the thing out and was shooting all the cops, but he wasn't killing them because John Connor told him to not kill anybody. So he just blew up all the cars. But he had the minigun and then the fucking torpedo gun. I'm like, bro, this shit is crazy. Just action-packed glory, bro. Fucking Cyborg just killing everything. Bro, come on. The Terminator, hands down, number fucking one. When he walked into the police station,
with your family, like how many?
Man, I can't even count. I just literally watched both of them back not that long ago. And I watched Terminator 3 too, but that shit was kind of dry. It's supposed to get dry.
So how does the Terminator anime fit for you? Like, would you, like, if you were doing a Terminator marathon, would you include it?
I probably wouldn't include Salvation. I probably wouldn't include the last one, that Genesis one. That shit was ass. I would have to watch 1 and 2, and then I might check out the anime one again. I like the anime one. The anime one was good. I feel like I'm gonna like the second season. They do more. I feel like they did a lot of story and a lot of dialogue in the first one, and yeah, there was still some action. But I feel like in the next one, I hope they kind of pick it up and kind of build a little bit more war. Like, I want to see, the Terminators go at it and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see a little bit more. Just like the second one of the Terminator 2 Judgment Day, like they had a little bit more going on. It was like, it was such a good villain, bro. So yeah, I definitely want to see that. But speaking of villains, Kyle, we about to wrap it up, bro. But I wanted to say, next week, guys, we're gonna have discussion about villain standalone movies, and villains, period. We're gonna kind of jump back into the Joker. We're gonna jump back in. We're gonna jump into Venom. We're going to jump into a couple of Cravens coming out in December. We're going to jump into a couple of these villain standalone movies, and I'm going to give you a piece of my mind with that shit. And Kyle, man, yo, and it's also, I was kind of battling on whether we should do family movies and stuff like that, because it is Thanksgiving next week. As a matter of fact, it'll be Thanksgiving. Damn, I don't know. Are we doing a show?
What you want to do?
I didn't think about that, actually. It is Thanksgiving next week.
Yeah, thanks. I'll be out all day. So
yeah, I'll actually probably be out. Hey, guys, sorry about that. I didn't think about that. But when we return,
but we got time.
We'll be back. We'll be back. Yeah, so next Thursday, we won't be available. It's Thanksgiving. So, hey, want to say to you guys right now, happy Thanksgiving, man. Thank you guys for rocking with us.
Definitely.
Hope you guys have an amazing meal with your family and eat. If you celebrate, if you don't celebrate, go get you some
Right.
Skittles, Starburst. Go watch some movies that we talked about, some recommendations on the watch list and everything.
Yep.
And enjoy y'all time, man. But, take care of yourselves. Kyle, of course, man, thank you so much for rocking with us tonight. Yo,
Definitely.
appreciate every time you jump on, man. And
Really
a lot of good convo, bro. A lot of good convo.
Mm-hmm.
But anything in closing? You got anything else for us, man?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely send you those movies I was telling you about.
Please do.
I'm definitely gonna send that to you because I was rattling my brain trying to figure out what the heck that movie was called that I was just describing to you. Right?
Yeah.
Finally found it, so I'm definitely sending it to you. In the meantime, in between time, I'll be working on some other stuff. Like I got clients I'm working with. Shout out to the Tea and Cornbread podcast. Shout out to Run It Back CT. You know what I'm saying? I talked to my homeboy, Steady. He's thinking of some ideas when Who They Want comes back. So we'll let you know.
Good shit.
And it's just right. Right now we're just working and having fun. And anybody out there that needs any editing done, you can reach out at on Instagram at Kyle Eric 3233. Same thing with you can reach out to me on Facebook, and also for the time being, I'm also on TikTok. And
for the time being, yeah.
For the time being, I'm also on TikTok. And at some point, I'll probably just take everything over to Facebook and Instagram Reels and whatever else is available.
Yeah, man. We're gonna miss TikTok if it does go down, bro. And that's one thing we talked about today with the topic of the show was just TikTok is giving us a lot of content. I hope they find a way to keep it going, man. And if they do keep it going, I hope it's not structured in a way where it's going to be like everything else, because you get a lot of information off TikTok, man. Shout out to TikTok. We're gonna miss it if it is taken away.
Yeah.
But we'll still be going. We'll still keep going. Hey guys, I love you guys, man. Stay true, stay positive, pay attention. Make sure that you head on over to YouTube and subscribe, like the channel, like the service, tell your friends. We gonna be here. I'll be back on Sunday night live on the line. Returns this Sunday, and we're gonna have a crew on talking some shit as well. Love you guys so much. Stay true, stay positive, pay attention. I'm out.